you so much for coming back and joining me on my YouTube channel, Supreme Comics Girl. And if you're new, welcome to the Crazy House. So today I'm going to be talking about something very popular, of course, and that is Star Wars. And also within that is the topic of Kathleen Kennedy, who of course we all know is president at Lucasfilm. Now, a lot of people, a lot of fans, there's many fans across the globe that really do not like Kathleen Kennedy's direction for Star Wars, and they don't want her to be at the top. They don't want her being the decision maker at the top and president of Lucasfilm. However, I do have my 2 cents and things that I want to say about this. Now, I have read an article. Now, this is only like a rumor or a speculation or something that it's basically came from a source from what I have read. I've read a couple of different articles, and I am going to be reading one from lrmonline.com. But it sounds as though, if this is true, that Kathleen Kennedy will not be getting pushed out of her, But the thing is, she has a contract that ends this year, so people were assuming and hoping like, oh great, hopefully she's going to be sacked, or hopefully she'll leave, or whatever. But the thing is, the only film that I know of that didn't do so hot was Solo: A Star Wars Story. But what I will quickly say before I will want to say a couple of things before I go on to this article is that I did enjoy Solo: A Star Wars Story. I do think that the guy that should have played Han Solo, though, would have been Anthony Ingruber. He is absolutely phenomenal. He does voices for the Joker, and he looks just like a young version of Han Solo. And he actually did play a young version in a movie of Harrison Ford, who plays Han Solo. But anyways, aside from that, I enjoyed it. I loved Emilia Clarke, and I enjoyed the movie. Now, what I will say is Rise of Skywalker, I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a very good movie. I didn't think it was perfect. I loved the way J.J. Abrams was able to at least somehow create something, still a good movie from the mess that was The Last Jedi. I personally don't like The Last Jedi, but I don't mind if other people do. But we're going to go ahead, and we're on lrmonline.com, and it says, want Kathleen Kennedy to leave Lucasfilm? It may not happen anytime soon. Ever since Star Wars: The Last Jedi, there have been rumours aplenty about Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy. Now, what I want to quickly say there is, like, it's insane. Like, never has there been fans so divided. It was so divided when The Last Jedi came out. Oh my gosh, the way people were getting on online, and it was just so divided. It was insane. I don't think we'll ever see that kind of like fans being divided as we did with The Last Jedi. But going on, guys, given how little some fans seem to care for the sequel trilogy, I can understand the desire for a change in leadership. While I don't necessarily agree that the sequel trilogy was bad, I do think that there have been some bad steps from up top in terms of director retention. That being said, fans are eager to see Kennedy leave her position at Lucasfilm, and seem eager at every rumour to pop up about it. Then it goes on to say, there have been rumours in recent weeks surrounding a supposed civil war between Kennedy and creatives Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. And more recently, there's been another one that revolves around Kennedy exiting and being replaced by George Lucas. According to said rumour, Lucas is desperate to return and save Star Wars. Now, what I want to say on that point is, I think a lot of fans that are just find Star Wars so dear to them, they are so angry, and they're like, oh, George Lucas this and George Lucas that, and you're kind of like, and I don't mean this to sound catty or like bitchy or anything, but let's all remember who sold, who sold Star Wars over to Disney. It was George Lucas. George Lucas made the decision to sell his baby, basically. It's like, if I, pick something in my house and choose to sell it, or choose to sell something that's really dear to me, that other person could promise to take care of it and treat it really well, and be respectful to, as opposed to this, like what came before. But they can do whatever they damn well please because it's been sold on. He might have been, told all sorts, oh, we're going to do this and we're going to do that, and then they never bothered. But that is just the way, that's life, you know what I mean? That it is the way it is. It might be sad, but it is what it is, guys, right? I'm here to say that our own source within Lucasfilm says very differently. More specifically, they say there is no talk about Kennedy leaving anytime soon. At present, she has her attention focused on the film side of things over at Lucasfilm. While Favreau and Filoni are more focused on Disney Plus content, furthermore, our source added that the rumour Civil War is not true and that the trio's working relationship is fine. Now, what I want to say is, she could leave at the end of her contract in 2021, but it's saying here that's obviously still possible, but contrary to our popular rumours, they aren't in a mad scramble to shove her out the door. In fact, it very much sounds like Kathleen Kennedy could be there as long as she wants. It could essentially be her decision to leave and not a panic on Disney's side. And, the thing is, Kathleen Kennedy, she's been around since the 70s, you know what I'm saying? And she has done fantastic movies. Tintin, the animated movie, that was incredible. Oh my good gosh, have you seen the visuals in that movie? Jurassic Park. She's done E.T. She's done a huge list, produced a huge list of movies. Go and look up Kathleen Kennedy, like movies produced by Kathleen Kennedy. Fantastic, right? So she has done fantastic work. And yes, okay, a lot of fans might not like the direction that she's went with Star Wars. I didn't like The Last Jedi. I didn't like what Rian Johnson done. I did like Rise of Skywalker for what it was. I will be watching it again. I did get it on DVD. And all these Star Wars shows that are coming out, and look at The Mandalorian. She is good at choosing choices for talent at times. I mean, look, we have Dave Filoni, we have Jon Favreau. Look at what went on with The Mandalorian. Have seen both those seasons and reviewed both those seasons, and they were absolutely spectacular. I preferred the second season than the first season, but she's fantastic at hiring talent. She can pick and choose whoever she wants to be brought on board for directing, for producing. Yes, okay, she'll listen to their input. She might not allow their input to go through. But I was talking the other day about, Kevin Feige. I did a video about Kevin Feige, president of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Look at the tons of array of Marvel movies that he has made since Iron Man. Do you know, he is supposed to be producing the next Star Wars movie. He's going to be getting a Star Wars movie to work on, produce. And they've brought a writer on board, Michael Waldron, who's working on the Loki series, which looks absolutely fantastic. I did a reaction to the trailer of Loki series. It looks amazing. And is also doing the writing for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So that sounds all fantastic. So he is supposed to be doing a Star Wars movie. So if you think about it, why would she hire fantastic talent like that? So she obviously, she might get things wrong, but at the same time, she may have been wrong in the past. But, that's not to say that she's always going to get it wrong. You know what I mean? And she's hiring people like Kevin Feige, and that's going to be interesting. Two presidents, if you think about it, he's the president of Marvel and she's the president of Lucasfilm. And hopefully, she can listen to his input. She might not agree on it and she may say, no, I'm not going to give the go ahead on that. I'm not going to give the go ahead on this. But I reckon Kevin Feige would be smart enough to just put his foot down and go, look, Kathleen, you kind of went wrong with this, you kind of went wrong with that. This is the direction I want to go in. I'm not the president at Marvel for no reason. I know what I'm doing here. I think it should kind of flow this way. And if what if we do this and what if we do that, give me the chance. Give me the chance here. And I think that is going to be really interesting if that is the case. Those two presidents, both having input could be a good thing. Because I mean, it's not like Kathleen Kennedy has only done Star Wars. It's like I say, all the amazing movies she's done. If you even just look up Wikipedia, literally, The Adventures of Tintin, like I said, Hook, E.T., look up, The Sixth Sense. The Sixth Sense, Bruce Willis, is an amazing movie. She produced that. She was the producer on that. So many amazing movies. So, what I want to say as well is I think that the fact that these movies are supposed to be set with a gap of 3 years is a good thing as well, because I just felt that we were just getting thrown all these movies at us and it was too much, and they were rushing Star Wars. They really, really were. And I think with Star Wars, it should be a savor the flavour. Do you know what I mean? I even think more than 3 year gap, it would be way better, like a 5 year gap every time or a 6 year gap. but 3 years is better than the way we were being thrown them, guys, and maybe they will focus more on them. And you know, Kathleen Kennedy's doing good in the sense of like she's bringing out all these shows and stuff that we're going to be getting of Star Wars 2 as well, you know. So you have to sometimes take the good with the bad and just wait and see how things pan out. I know already there's going to be so many YouTubers making videos going, oh, Kathleen Kennedy, Kathleen Kennedy. And it's like, you know, not everything that has her name on it is going to be bad. You have to understand that it's kind of like Ant-Man. Okay, I'm going to make up a really bad example probably, but, you know, Paul Rudd wasn't the only name that was involved in the movie Ant-Man. Do you know what I mean? Thor wasn't the only person involved in the movie Thor. You know, you have to understand not everything with Kathleen Kennedy's name may turn out to be bad. You know, yes, she is working as president and she may remain president, but that doesn't mean to say that we can just say straight away, oh, the next movie's going to be awful, and then the movie that comes out 3 years after that's going to be terrible, and then the third one we're getting, oh, and the one that Patty Jenkins is doing, oh, it's going to be terrible, just because Kathleen Kennedy is the president. We have to kind of move on from that, and we have to kind of be a bit more optimistic and sort of say to ourselves, do you know what? Let's see what happens. There was people saying before The Rise of Skywalker even came out that it was trash and that they would not go to pay a ticket to go and see it. And that, I think, is a bit, you know what I mean? Like, how can you judge a movie before you've even seen it? That's my opinion. I thought the visuals were pretty damn good, and I thought, yeah, okay, he was kind of trying to throw a lot of stuff in, J.J. Abrams, to kind of serve all the fans. You know, like the Porg randomly just sitting, you know what I mean, with Rey. He was trying to throw everything in, and I could see where he was coming from. I said this in my review of the Rise of Skywalker. If you haven't seen it, you can certainly find it on my channel. I think he was kind of throwing too much in, but I could see where he was coming from. He was trying to serve all the fans, because not everybody hated The Last Jedi, so maybe he thought, oh, I'll throw a Porg in there and that might make those fans happy. So I think his heart was maybe in the right place. He was trying to think of all the fans, which isn't a bad thing. And I think his art direction and the way the whole visuals and all went and everything, and I loved how it started with Kylo Ren. There would have been things that I would have maybe changed or things I would have maybe left out, but at the end of the day, I thought it was actually a pretty good movie. That's what I would say. And I thought Solo Star Wars movie was a pretty good movie as well. They weren't perfect, but they were still good. Do you know what I mean? Only one that I would say that I did not like that's Star Wars would be Star Wars The Last Jedi. I don't own it on DVD and I don't have any desire to. I don't have any desire to ever watch it again. But yes, guys, that's what I have to say. I want to know all your thoughts and opinions below on what you feel. Do you feel that you would want Kathleen Kennedy, when her contract ends this year, to actually be stepping down as president? Would you like her to voluntarily leave? Is that your hope? Or do you not care less, or do you want her to stay? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.